Hamjambo. Mambo. I think we can do better. I'm going to have to teach you some Shang. When I say mambo, you say poa. Now let's try this again. Mambo. There you go. Mambo. Okay, that's great. That's off to a good start. I thank you all for coming here to this very special occasion. Judy and I are very happy to be able to welcome all of you here this afternoon as we celebrate America's 236th birthday. As many of you know, Judy was born in Nairobi, and we both spent our formative years here in Kenya. Judy's and my parents arrived here in 1952, and we spent a lot of time here over the last 6 decades. After completing my university in 1974, I came back and worked up in what then was called the Northern Frontier District of Kenya, on Mount Kulao and Kalacha and Marsabit. And that was before I entered the Air Force. And then I returned again in 1980 for 2 just absolutely wonderful years, flying F-5s with the Kenya Air Force at Nanyuki. You saw me again when then Senator Obama and I came back here for 5 days in 2006. I returned again in 2007 to work at the community level in Siaya near Kisumu and at Durtu near Garissa. So you can see, we just keep coming back to Kenya. And yep, Judy and I have deep roots here in this country. We share a special affection for this part of Africa, and we have a special love for the people of this country. The past year as ambassador here from the United States has been like a dream come true for us. Although this assignment will soon end, we look forward to continuing our connection with Kenya, with its people. You can count on it. We'll be back. Throughout my 35-year career in the government, I've always considered it a great honor, a special privilege to serve our country, to defend its values, to promote international partnerships. Look at that big flag here and here. They're not just flags or a piece of cloth hung between 2 trees. These are the symbol of our country. It represents America. It's not just a beautiful collage of stars and stripes. That beautiful pattern represents our history, our values, things like liberty, and justice, and the pursuit of happiness. It's not just another pretty banner, although it's pretty. It's an inspiration for dedicated service, for dreams of a better life, for hopes of a brighter future. You know, the Kenya flag, it has the same meaning for its citizens. Yep, our flags are symbols of democracy, of freedom. They remind us of people like you and me who have devoted their lives to our countries to make them great. Our flags also remind us of those who serve in dangerous places, of those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we here can live in freedom and peace. And here in Kenya, we need to take time to honor those who have struggled and continue to sacrifice for a better nation. Those original freedom fighters, the Kenya Defense Force soldiers who are fighting Al-Shabaab in Somalia, the brave Kenyans who willingly accept political and personal risk to fight corruption and to fight the culture of impunity. Today, we also must honor those Kenyans who have suffered so much in the recent terrorist attacks. The United States expresses our sincerest condolences to the families, friends of those who have been injured and killed in the random bombings and in the grenade attacks. Americans know all too well the pain and suffering that is caused by indiscriminate brutality of terrorism. And we stand with Kenya today in its dedicated fight against those who would manipulate through fear, against those who use cowardly attacks to kill innocent people, who incite violence, who spread hatred. I'm extremely confident that Kenya will be victorious in its national campaign to restore peace, unity, and to enhance security. But just like the American flag, our banner represents independence and democracy. Our flag has been part of our history since the Founding Fathers signed the Declaration of Independence 236 years ago in Philadelphia. But the past 2 centuries haven't been easy or smooth for us. We've had economic ups and downs, political highs and lows, times of war and times of peace. But through it all, we've stayed true to our Constitution. We've stuck to our core values as Americans, and we've followed our dreams to a better future. While Kenya has also experienced some turbulent times, I'm delighted to see the dedicated efforts to strengthen the democratic process. I'm encouraged to observe the steadfast commitment to implementation of the new Constitution, and I'm optimistic about its future to honor the hopes and aspirations of all Kenyans. And while the Kenyan flag is a strong symbol of democracy, of sacrifice, of freedom, the Kenyan national anthem is also a powerful statement of Kenya's patriotism and national purpose. As this country faces elections and devolution in the near future, let us all commit to the words of Kenya's national anthem, its prayer for the nation. Let us join together in its obligation. Let me remind you, it says, "O God of all creation, bless this, our land and nation. Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders." Wonderful words. The last verse begins with these words. It says, "Let all with one accord, in common bond, united, build this our nation together." The American Pledge of Allegiance to our flag and to our republic calls for the same. It says, "One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." Together, let us honor these aspirations that are symbolized in our flag, our national anthems, and in our pledges of allegiance. Let us keep our eyes focused on our Maker. Let us focus on unity and peace, on liberty and justice. Let us remember that all reforms in Kenya, including devolution, are for the purpose and benefit of creating a stronger, a more united republic, a Kenya for all Kenyans. And as you know, today will be my last celebration as the U.S. Ambassador. Since Judy and I expect to return here many more times, you don't need to say goodbye. We'll catch it on the next time. We leave this assignment with pride in our successes in helping to build a strong partnership between our two countries. We leave gratified knowing that we've been able to contribute to Kenya Kwanzaa and Let's Live campaign, to Feed the Future and Yes Youth Can. We're delighted with the progress that Kenya is making with direct flights to America, security cooperation, and many more programs that will help Kenya and Kenyans have a brighter future that will strengthen the U.S.-Kenya partnership. Thank you all for being our friends. It means a lot to us. And thank you for supporting me and Judy in our time as the U.S. Ambassador to Kenya. It's been an opportunity of a lifetime, one that we wish would not end, but it must. We pray that God will continue to bless this wonderful country, this place we call Kenya. I learned a long time ago, when I became a Maasai Marani, that the only thing that can separate true friends is death. We will treasure our friendships in Kenya as long as we both shall live. God bless America. Asante ni sana, namula awabariki.